Jonathan can try all he wants to go and replace me, but he can't.
He's an imposter.
Has anyone ever confused you for a certain celebrity? If not, we've found some celeb lookalikes for you to see that will rectify that. Funny thing is, these doppelgangers aren't professional celebrity impersonators. They're normal people of all ages. You'd think that certain celebrities are one of a kind, right? As far as their specific talents, skill sets, and their general star power go, you're probably right. But it's always freaky to see someone who looks and sometimes sounds exactly like your favorite celeb. It's even funnier watching these stars react to seeing their twin. Okay, so either Rihanna is aging in reverse, which we could totally believe that girl is ageless, or she might have just found a mini-me twin out there. Rihanna had her followers and the rest of the world totally shook when she posted a photo of a little girl and we were all like, is that baby Riri? Or maybe it was one of those face app challenges where Rihanna made herself look younger. As it turns out, this little cutie is a 7-year-old aspiring model. Rihanna even tagged her mom on the post and she's quickly getting more and more followers on IG. But did anyone else do a double take for this one? Even Rihanna said, almost dropped my phone. How? Same Riri, same. You may think that there's no one quite like Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, but actually there's 2 of her. Well, sort of. Emma Watson may have a twin. Her name is Megan Flockhart and she is a real wizard with her cosplay looks. She looks so similar to Emma Watson, even a Starbucks barista wrote the name Hermione on her cup once. We think Hermione could have used Megan as her double in some classes when she was using the time turner. Did we just get super nerdy in here? Either way, Megan considers the resemblance a gift, but never loses her truest self underneath her cosplay looks, even if it's hard to tell the difference. Megan said, as much as I'd love to believe I am her doppelganger, as she's gorgeous and an idol of mine, I am myself at the end of the day. But I have similar traits to my idol, and that's awesome. We think Emma Watson needs to meet Megan one day. If Megan can't see how she looks like Emma Watson a la Hermione Granger, maybe this next girl can see herself as a lookalike. A lifestyle blogger and Instagram model, Sofia Solares, is basically a clone of Selena Gomez, and we can't unsee it. She hails from Mexico, and if you take not even 2 minutes to look through her Instagram, you'll not only see what we're talking about, you'll also see how many comments compare her to Selena. Seriously, she could walk around Hollywood and charge money to take pics with her posing as Selena, and we'd all be like, take my money! While Sofia has declared herself a Selena fan, she also wants people to know, I always try to be myself. I say it's okay to look like her, but I do not want to lose myself for trying to be someone I'm not. But Sofia did add that if Selena commented on her pics or even asked to meet her, she would cry with happiness. Do you guys see the resemblance? But if anyone needs someone to play them in a biopic, Angelina Jolie may have found the perfect person. Chelsea Marr, a Scottish operations manager at an oil and gas recruitment company, bears an uncanny resemblance to the stunning Oscar-winning actress. But maybe she should start modeling or being a stand-in on set for Angelina? But let me tell you, people have noticed the resemblance. A lot of people. Chelsea's IG follower count is up to 98,000 as of July 2019, with people commenting almost every time about the uncanny resemblance. Chelsea responded on Facebook saying, I am extremely flattered to be compared to the amazing Angelina Jolie. I don't really see the resemblance myself, to be honest. How? Another star that has a lookalike that some people just can't shake is Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo's doppelganger should also be a compliment to the star, as the twin is also a professional bodybuilder. I think we'd all like to be compared to someone with a rockin' bod like Janice Garay. A lot of these fans seem to think that the doppelganger could give J-Lo a run for her money. Janice even took to IG to say she's noticed the comparison, so what you guys are telling me is that everybody has a twin and J-Lo happens to be mine? I'll take it. She captioned one photo tagging Lopez's account. The bodybuilder boasts over 147,000 Instagram followers, and she regularly posts pictures on her account of her extremely toned physique along with some inspirational messages. While J-Lo and Janice haven't met yet as of 2019, we think that encounter would feel more like looking in a mirror. But one lookalike that has us a little worried, is there a long-lost twin to the Hadid family out there? Well, there is a Dutch model named Isa Iserman that we found on Instagram who is a dead ringer for Gigi Hadid. Do we need to ask Mama Yolanda if there's another Hadid baby we didn't all know about? Seriously, it's practically impossible to tell the difference between Gigi and Isa when scrolling through their Instagram feeds. Refinery29 spoke to Isa, and no surprise here, she's heard heard the comparison before. She said, "When I signed with Milk, they posted a picture with the caption, 'The new curvy Gigi Hadid,' so that's the moment I realized it might be true." Strangely enough, Isa thinks that when her hair is down, she looks more like Gigi's sis, Bella. What do you guys think? Gigi has yet to comment publicly on her surprise look-alike, but there's no denying this pair would shut down the runway together. But there's one pint-sized star who might have the most uncanny doppelganger we have ever seen. Ariana Grande has a signature look, so when we noticed this look-alike, we had to do a double take. Jackie Vasquez, who is a huge fan of Ariana's, sports the singer's eyeliner style and poses. How does Jackie feel about being compared to one of the biggest pop stars in the world? Well, not half bad. She said, "It feels amazing to be compared to Ariana since I see her as a sister. She's so beautiful, so it kind of boosts my self-esteem when people tell me that. I honestly don't know how she feels about the comparisons, but to me, it's a huge compliment." Guys, she even has what looks to be that same adorable dimple that Ariana has on the left side of her face. Even though she's had people mistake her for Ari and stop her on the street to ask for photos before, unfortunately due to some hateful copycat comments, Jackie has had to make her Instagram profile private. Why can't the haters just let people live? While a lot of these lookalikes have been adults, sometimes a celeb may just have perpetual baby face. Ed Sheeran caught the internet's attention not for having a new song out, but for finding his true twin, a 2-year-old girl. Photos of a British girl went viral because of how much she looks exactly like the singer. The little girl's name is Isla, and her mom, Zoe Walton, can't believe how viral it has gone. But when Ed himself finally saw the photo of Isla, he wanted to make one thing perfectly clear when he joked around saying, "She's not mine." Hopefully Isla has similar musical talents to Ed's so that we can hear chart-topping songs written by this little girl. Another singer who has a doppelganger so convincing it has us confused is Taylor Swift. Taylor, meet your long-lost twin, April Gloria. She is a huge T-Swift fan who just happens to be a master cosplayer, and oh yeah, she looks just like Taylor. Seriously, this resemblance is actually super freaky. From the sparkling blue eyes to the sweet demure selfie poses to Taylor's signature lipstick looks, April has this thing down. April's Instagram should be more than enough to convince you that there are actually 2 Taylors in the world. While there hasn't been a face-to-face meetup yet, we think just a few more concert interactions between Taylor and April will lead T-Swift to want to do a full-on mirror routine. April even loves cats like Taylor does. If one of these celeb twins is actually a time traveler, it's probably this next one. Scarlett Johansson may need to explain herself and tell us if she's actually ageless.
I have a doppelganger.
After a Reddit user posted a photo of this 72-year-old grandmother, Geraldine Dodd, at age 22, it caught the attention of way too many people, including ScarJo. The actress told the story on The Late Show saying first, "Oh my gosh, I have a doppelganger." As it turns out, ScarJo was so charmed by the Reddit user and his grandma that she invited them out to a movie premiere. She recounted them having a great time actually, saying, "She came to the rough night premiere and we did get kind of trashed." And she agrees with everyone and said Geraldine Dodd looks exactly like she did in the 2014 film Lucy. Also, in case anyone was wondering, Geraldine, according to Scarlett, she's just awesome. And ScarJo wants to hang out again. She told Colbert, "I will eventually make my way to Arkansas and continue this lovely family reunion."
She's just awesome.
While ScarJo's twin was 22 in the photo where they were #twinning, this next star's twin is copying his 90s looks. Leonardo Dicaprio has a doppelganger that hails all the way from Sweden, and his name is Konrad Anjured. Because hey, what's better than 1 Leo? 2 Leos. The Swedish man has posted several photos on his Instagram page showing his likeness to Dicaprio right down to his smoldering stare. But we actually see the resemblance when we compare Konrad to Leo in the 90s. You guys are seeing this too, right? Konrad actually claims that he gets it a lot, saying, "I get to hear that I look like him quite often, especially since I work as a bartender in a nightclub." Seriously, in some photos he looks like he's literally on set in a movie that Leo probably made in 1996. We think it's not only their literal exact faces, but that swooping and tousled hair. This next doppelganger moment is truly, and we can't resist saying this, so fetch. A viral moment heard around the world was the moment this teen posted her senior portraits and Twitter went absolutely nuts. The lookalike, named April, took to Twitter to innocently share 2 of her senior portraits, resulting in a very unexpected turn of events. They immediately went viral thanks to the internet's massive obsession with Mean Girls. No one could shut up about how much she looked like the character Regina George. Her blonde hair that's probably full of secrets just screams plastics. Do you agree? You think she's really pretty?
So you agree? What?
You think you're really pretty.
Either way, if you ask April, she kind of doesn't see it. She told E, "This was a first, but once one person saw it, everyone noticed it," and added, "It's strange because I have naturally curly hair, but I decided to straighten it for the pictures, which caused me to look even more like her, I guess."
So fetch. What is fetch?
Are you sure that you're not Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
You're positive?
Yes.
They say everyone has a doppelganger out there, and some TikTok stars think they've found theirs. Are these celebs really one of a kind, or have we managed to find their twins? Ariana Grande. For years, friends told TikTok star Paige Neiman that she looks just like pop icon Ariana Grande, but the ultimate validation happened when Ariana weighed in on whether or not there's a resemblance between them. According to Paige, she's been a fan of the singer for years, and when she joined TikTok, she decided to capitalize on their similarities. She started posting videos of herself acting out scenes from Victorious and Sam and Cat, and it didn't take her long to start racking up followers.
You know, when I'm at a dinner table, I like to be present and talking.
Good quality.
Eye contact.
It was only a matter of time before Ariana herself took note and said it was bizarre to see dialogue from her character Cat blended with Paige dressed similarly to how she does in real life. It's been a long time since Ariana was working on content for Nickelodeon, so it's understandable that seeing Paige blend the two worlds was pretty strange. Paige says that twinning with Ariana has been a huge boost to her modeling career. She even recreated the album cover for Thank You Next. This TikTok star has definitely mastered Ariana's aesthetic from her hair to her clothing and even her mannerisms. While many fans love seeing her recreate Ariana's signature style, there are some people who think she needs to be more original. Dove Cameron. According to Alyssa Volker McKay, she was inspired by all of the other celebrity lookalikes she saw on TikTok. So she decided to create a video highlighting the similarities between herself and Descendants star Dove Cameron. Some people say these similarities are the only reason she has so many followers, but if that's true, Alyssa isn't complaining. She thinks styling herself to more closely resemble Dove is a smart move and helps her appeal to TikTok's younger fan base who are ardent Disney fans. According to Alyssa, she's always looking for more look-alike challenges to participate in since her follower count always skyrockets when she does. She believes making these videos will get her on the For You page guaranteed. Alyssa and Dove have similar complexions and long blonde hair, but it's their eyes that really help connect them to one another, and they definitely both appreciate the power of a bold red lip. Camila Cabello. Selena Sharma's debut song is called Say Yes, and yes is exactly what fans said when asked if Selena looks like Camila Cabello. Although Selena says she's influenced by singers like Beyonce, Alicia Keys, and Rihanna, there's no denying that at least physically she looks just like Camila. She might not hail from Havana, but her lips almost perfectly imitate Camila's distinctive pout. Their facial expressions are super similar, and both of them are talented singers. In fact, Selena might just be living proof that everyone really does have an unrelated twin somewhere out there. At the very least, we know these two singers do. But does Selena also look like another famous musician? According to this video, Camila believes she has a little bit of Selena Gomez in her as well. Hey, tell me something I don't know. Emma Watson. We aren't saying that TikTok user Kylie Stokes can use magic, but she does look an awful lot like masterful magic user Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter franchise. Kylie is the spitting image of actress Emma Watson, and you'd better believe she knows it. They have really similar hair in terms of texture and color, but we think it's the eyebrows that really sell this example of twinning. But there's another celebrity who Kylie claims to have a resemblance to, and she took part in the Mix Challenge to prove it to her 538,400 TikTok followers. According to Kylie, she's a mashup of Emma Watson and Bella Thorne. She's definitely more of an Emma, but something about her face shape does bring Bella to mind, and that's doubly true when she dyes her hair a very non-Emma Watson shade of red. Meghan Trainor. Finding out you have a celebrity twin can be fun, but Taylor Bayer is hoping to this coincidence to kickstart her music career. She took part in the Tell Me Something I Don't Know challenge and made a video claiming that she looks like Meghan Trainor. According to Taylor, she not only looks like Meghan, but she can sing like her too. She studies music in college and hopes to one day move to Los Angeles and have a career as a songwriter. While looking like Meghan might give her a head start in the industry, Taylor knows she'll have to back up her looks with some serious talent. She claims she took part in the challenge because every time she would post a video, she'd received an overwhelming amount of comments comparing her to Meghan. You can also find her on Instagram and listen to her stuff on SoundCloud. Madelaine Petch. Riverdale is known for its twists and turns, and one popular fan theory is that Jughead Jones has a secret twin out there. But while that might not turn out to be true, we do know that Madelaine Petch, who plays Cheryl Blossom, has a real-life doppelganger, and she's a hit on TikTok. Kat Rowley could play Cheryl's twin if the script ever calls for it. They're both fair-skinned redheads with similar lips and eyes. If you popped a pair of glasses on Madelaine, it'd be even harder to tell them apart. Johnny Depp. No, that's not Pirates of the Caribbean star Johnny Depp, even though it looks just like him. That's TikTok user Vampy Jordan, and it's safe to say that he's taken this resemblance to the absolute next level. His face is the spitting image of Johnny's, and he also styles his hair in a similar manner. They also share an eclectic style, which makes it clear that Jordan has definitely committed to rocking the Johnny Depp aesthetic, especially when he puts on a pair of shades.
Like it? I accept it.
But just check out his hand tattoo. Does it look familiar? That's because it's the same one Johnny has. Getting a matching tattoo with a celebrity definitely shows that Jordan has fully embraced their similarities. At least he didn't get a slim hand tat in honor of Amber Heard that Johnny later altered to say scum. And in case you're wondering, yes, he does a pretty solid Captain Jack Sparrow impression.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Kylie Jenner. Over 152 million people follow makeup mogul Kylie Jenner on Instagram, but one of her fans draws particular inspiration from her pics. Kristen Hancher loves posting videos on TikTok, and she switches up her look almost as often as Kylie does. These two look incredibly similar, and the makeup Kristen uses only accentuates their resemblance. And at 23.1 million followers on TikTok, it seems like Kristen is pretty social media savvy too. On her Instagram, she's even posted some pictures of herself mimicking Kylie's poses. Are we sure Kristen isn't secretly a part of the Kardashian-Jenner family? Her name even starts with a K. There's no doubt that she looks like Kylie's long-lost sister, but it's not just their bone structure and style that sells it. Even the way Kristen holds herself when she moves and poses reminds us of Kylie's very specific brand. She's even shared videos of herself applying makeup, so she'll probably be a billionaire any day now. Billie Eilish. Finding your celebrity lookalike should be fun, but TikTok user Nadine Yanni ended up getting dragged when she uploaded this video claiming to look like singing superstar Billie Eilish. If you don't see the resemblance, don't worry because you're not alone. Fans were surprisingly angry about Nadine's claims and were quick to call her out for badly impersonating Billie. The backlash was so bad that Nadine was forced to edit the description on her post, claiming that it was all just a joke and she was just kidding about having ocean eyes. Was she trying to be funny from the get-go, or was this an attempt to salvage her reputation after getting some pretty savage comments? It's hard to say whether there was a bad guy here. But there is someone on TikTok who actually does look an awful lot like Billie, and she goes by the name Raven. Her eyes are reminiscent of Billie's most iconic feature, and Raven says their resemblance might explain why she has over 162,000 followers. When she wears a beanie, she could definitely pass for a Billie Eilish impersonator. If the whole TikTok thing doesn't work out, maybe that could be a new career option. Victoria Justice. Looking like a single celeb is pretty awesome, but Ally is a perfect mashup of two stars from the hit Nickelodeon show Victorious. She looks just like a combination of Victoria Justice and Avanjogia, and once she posted this video, fans couldn't unsee the resemblance. There were tons of people who shipped Tori Vega and Beck Oliver on the show, so those fans definitely have a deeper appreciation for Ally's appearance. If Tori and Beck got together and had a daughter, this is definitely what she would look like. Or at least that's what all of the Bori fans are telling themselves now. And it seems like Ally is a fan as well, since she's practiced perfecting Victoria's facial expressions and definitely nails it. She's even roped some of her fellow TikTok users into helping her out, including Valerie, who looks an awful lot like Liz Gillies, who plays Jade. Then there's Patty, who stands in for Ariana Grande's character Kat Valentine. We might never get the Victorious reunion we dream up, but this is the next best thing. Shawn Mendes. According to Brendan Rodatz, people tell him that he looks like a combination of Shawn Mendes and Nick Jonas, and now that he's put that out there into the universe, we just can't unsee it. He definitely has the eyes of a Jonas brother, but something about his hair and chin just screams Shawn Mendes. But it's clear that between his two celebrity dads, he more closely resembles Nick Jonas. If you're more of a Shawn fan, don't worry because we found a TikTok user who looks like him without any Jonas in the mix. Funnily enough, his name is Nick, or at least it is on TikTok. His facial structure is scary similar to Shawn's, and he keeps his hair styled in a similar fashion. Jason Momoa. When Daryl Tufekci realized that he looks like Jason Momoa, he dove right into their similarities. This TikTok star fully considers himself to be on Team Atlantis, and he does more than just look like Jason. Maybe he can't quite perform a haka, but he does love showing off his dance moves. There's no denying that Jason Momoa has way more muscle mass, but in terms of his hair and face, Daryl actually comes pretty close to looking like Aquaman. Like many other TikTok users, he also took part in the Mix Challenge and shared which other celeb he also looks like. According to Daryl, he looks like a combination of Jason Momoa and professional wrestler Seth Rollins. The resemblance between these three is definitely uncanny.
It really is a great pleasure to be here this afternoon.
As a patron of the college, I give myself a very hearty welcome.
Today, we need a special kind of courage.
Was so important to my family and to me.
Everyone knows the British royal family has a long and distinguished history, but while their family tree is still growing branches, their family resemblance is definitely going strong to this day. Archie Harrison. Archie Harrison is the son of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and it's not hard to see which one of his parents he takes after in the looks department. While new mom Meghan Markle is looking radiant, Archie is looking just like his father, Prince Harry. He may not have the title Prince, but that doesn't mean Archie isn't every bit a member of the family. He even looks the part since he's the spitting image of Prince Harry when he was little. Archie may be young, but that doesn't mean he's slacking on his royal duties, even if right now he's pretty limited to looking cute. At least he's really good at it. His family visited Archbishop Desmond Tutu and his daughter Thandika Tutu Glash, and Archie was absolutely pouring on the charm. Meghan revealed she and Harry call Archie Bubba at home and says he especially likes women, even saying he likes to flirt. We wonder which parent he gets that from. We're not saying it's the one who he looks almost exactly alike, but, well, okay, that is exactly what we're saying. Pretty much the moment Archie was born, people have commented on how much he resembles his father. It will be interesting to see if that stays the same as Archie gets older or if he starts to resemble Meghan's side of the family at some point. Prince Harry. Growing up looking just like your dad is something Prince Harry knows all about, since he looks just like his father, Prince Charles. Seeing current photos of the two of them, you can kind of see the family resemblance, especially around their eyes. But just take a quick look back at some pictures from their respective childhoods, and you'll see that at one point they were almost identical. Not only does Prince Harry look a lot like his own father, but he's also strikingly similar in many ways to his grandfather, Prince Philip. Sure, there's a bit of an age gap between them, but when you look back at photos of them as young men, it's pretty easy to tell they're related to one another. Especially when you see photos of them in their military uniforms or on the cricket field. After Princess Diana passed away, Prince Harry and his brother Prince William spent a lot of time at Balmoral Castle with their grandparents in order to mourn their loss in private. As a result, Prince Harry and Prince Philip are quite close, and it seems like in addition to sharing their looks, they also share a similar sense of humor. Princess Charlotte. Everyone knows that in the royal family, names are a really big deal. The little girl you know as Princess Charlotte is really Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, and she just so happens to bear a resemblance to the women she has to thank for her middle names. The first is her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, and we definitely think they are two peas in a pod. Yes, she might be the longest reigning British monarch in history, but there was a time when the regal queen was a little girl. A little girl with apparently strong genes, but a little girl nonetheless. Queen Elizabeth as a child and Princess Charlotte both have those adorably chubby cheeks, and their eyes and facial expressions are super similar. We wonder how Princess Charlotte feels about corgis. And then there's Princess Diana, Charlotte's grandmother, who sadly passed away many years before she was born. Some royal family fans believe there's a resemblance between them, especially if you notice their noses, lips, and facial expressions. Only time will tell if Charlotte ends up looking more like her grandmother or her great-grandmother. Prince George. There might be some family resemblance between Princess Diana and Prince George, especially when it comes to their smiles. But this royal resemblance is definitely overshadowed by how much Prince George looks just like his father, Prince William. Both babies were even held by their respective fathers on the steps of St. Mary's Hospital in London. While this photo shoot is considered a tradition now, Princess Diana choosing to give birth in a hospital was quite surprising at the time. When comparing baby photos of Prince William and Prince George, it's almost ridiculous how similar they look to one another. It's really hard to say which one of these babies has a better "you've gotta be kidding me" face, and that's far from the only facial expression they have in common. And just in case you didn't get the memo that Prince William and Prince George are father and son, they're even dressed extremely similar to each other in their childhood photos. It's also clear that they've both had to fight the urge to make faces at Trooping the Color. And of course, we all know that even the most well-behaved kids sometimes need a little bit of a break. Prince Louis. Not only is Prince Louis the youngest child of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, but he might be one of the few royal kids who more closely resembles the non-royal side of the family. Sure, Prince Louis has those sweet, chubby cheeks just like his siblings, but his face looks an awful lot like Kate Middleton's, especially when you check out photos from when she was a baby. They seem to have the same eyes and nose, and even their eyebrows look crazy similar. We're so used to seeing pictures of Prince William and Prince Harry when they were kids that we didn't realize Kate Middleton was just as cute. But Prince Louis definitely has something major in common with his two siblings. He's growing up way too fast. Not only do mother and son look alike, but they have quite a few things in common as well. According to Kate, Louis loves being outside in the garden, but right now his activities are pretty limited to sniffing flowers and playing in the dirt. Maybe he'll have a green thumb like his mom when he grows up. Princess Eugenie. Princess Eugenie and her sister Princess Beatrice were only born 21 months apart and have always looked strikingly similar. But according to Eugenie, their looks are just about where their similarities end. She claims to be the loud sibling while Beatrice tends to be quieter and prides herself on her ability to make polite conversation. But it's easier to tell the two siblings apart when you realize how much Princess Eugenie looks like Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. They share similar facial shapes and their features strongly resemble one another. This makes it all the more fitting that when Princess Eugenie married Jack Brooksbank, she did so wearing the Greville Emerald Kokoshnik, which used to belong to the Queen Mother. As an adult, Eugenie definitely takes after her great-grandmother, but as a kid she looked more like an entirely different family member. When Princess Eugenie and Prince Harry were kids, they surprisingly looked a lot alike. They even had the same haircut on some occasions, although we don't see them replicating this as adults. It's remarkable how two people can look so similar as children, yet so vastly different as adults. Prince William. There are lots of benefits to being a member of the royal family, and one of them is you don't have to splurge on an ancestry test to find out more about your lineage. Their family goes way back, and we even found a king who happens to look just like Prince William. Seriously, it's kind of uncanny. That's King Edward I, who ruled from 1239 to 1307 and was known to be an intimidating man who stood 6 feet 2 inches tall or merely 1 inch shorter than Prince William. And interestingly enough, he isn't the only Edward in the family who looks like Prince William. Just take a peek at some pictures of Prince William and his uncle Prince Edward when they were both teenagers. There have always been rumors that Prince Charles and his youngest brother Edward don't exactly see eye to eye. While these two siblings might have feuded in the past, they can't escape the fact that they're definitely related. Prince Harry may look quite a bit younger than Prince Charles, but Prince William definitely takes after his uncle Edward. Princess Anne. To say the Queen had her hands full when Princess Anne was born is a bit of an understatement. Anne arrived in 1950 and just 2 years later her mother became queen. Not only did she suddenly have tons of ceremonies to attend, but she also had another child to take care of, her oldest son Prince Charles. Although the princess admits her mother was often busy with her royal duties, she grew up knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that she was loved. And it has always been abundantly clear that Princess Anne takes after her mother, at least when it comes to her appearance. Naturally, they share a love of big hats and pearls, but their similarities go far beyond their fashion choices. They even looked alike when they were both small children with the same curly hair and cheerful grin. And the resemblances didn't end when they were little. Looking at photos of both Queen Elizabeth and Princess Anne growing up makes it clear this mother-daughter duo has always had an extremely strong resemblance to one another. In fact, it almost seems like they look more and more alike with each year that goes by. Queen Elizabeth. It's no secret that many of her descendants look an awful lot like Queen Elizabeth, but how far down the family tree do you have to go to discover someone who the Queen takes after? It turns out she happens to look an awful lot like her own grandmother, Mary of Teck, the wife of King George V. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 85, just 10 weeks before the Queen's coronation. The resemblance wasn't as stark when the women were younger, but once they began to go gray, the similarities really began to shine. You can really see it in stern facial expressions. We wonder if that's a learned trait or if it's just genetics. Either way, Queen Elizabeth definitely takes after her grandmother in some major ways. In fact, it can be a little bit difficult to tell them apart at times. Just remember that 9 times out of 10, Queen Elizabeth is the one wearing fewer accessories. Lady Louise Windsor. Lady Louise Windsor is one of the youngest grandchildren of Queen Elizabeth, but she grew up totally unaware that her beloved grandmother was actually the Queen. According to her parents, Prince Andrew and Sophie of Wessex, Louise didn't know about her grandmother's royal title until her friends at school filled her in.
Louise had no concept, really, that the Queen was her grandmother.
Although she might have been kept in the dark about that, there's definitely no hiding the family resemblance here. Lady Louise was born with an eye condition called strabismus, which means she struggled to align her eyes properly when she was younger. But despite the differences in their eyes, the Queen and Louise have some similar childhood photos. Even some of their baby pics are a lot alike, although the Queen definitely had more hair. Look at these two twinning in their flower crowns. And Louise and her grandmother have a lot more than just their appearances in common. They both share a love of horses and can't get enough of taking the reins.
They say everyone out there has someone who looks shockingly like them. Some people might go their whole lives never meeting them, but being a celebrity makes this task a lot easier. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the craziest celebrity lookalikes out there. Margot Robbie may be one of a kind, but she has not one, but two celebrity doppelgangers. Some stars like Zooey Deschanel are so over being compared to their twin, while others like Isla Fisher have learned to have a sense of humor about it. Margot Robbie and Jaime Pressly. Margot Robbie is widely regarded to be one of the most gorgeous celebrities around. She's appeared in major movies like Suicide Squad and The Wolf of Wall Street, but many fans thought she looked somewhat familiar. Well, that could be because she greatly resembles another actress by the name of Jaime Pressly, and it's not just their fans who see the resemblance. Even Margot and Jaime think they look shockingly alike. Even more exceptional is that Jaime is over a decade older than Margot, and surprisingly enough, Jaime Pressly isn't the only person who looks almost exactly like Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie and Emma Mackey. Twinning with someone else is one thing, but Margot Robbie and Jaime Pressly apparently have a secret triplet named Emma Mackey. Her rise to prominence has been relatively recent, with her show Sex Education coming out in 2019. Many fans can't help but compare her to Margot Robbie. When asked how she feels about it, Emma stated she was flattered to be compared to such a brilliant and talented actress. However, she also hopes to make progress in her own career and be known for her skills instead of her physical attributes. It's not surprising she'd like to be known for her own talents instead of just being a twin of Margot Robbie. Lucy Hale and Selena Gomez. Lucy Hale is another actress who knows what it's like to suffer from a case of mistaken identity. Back when she was younger, she was often compared to the Wizards of Waverly Place actress Selena Gomez. Although Lucy would usually correct them, she admits to suffering from a few awkward moments and posing for some photos for Selena's fans. Surprisingly, Lucy says she's been mistaken for other actresses as well. She believes she gives off a similar vibe to Sarah Hyland, Rachel Bilson, and Maisie Williams. They all happen to have amazing eyebrows, and it's not hard to see the resemblance between all of these talented stars. Jennifer Lawrence and Bella Hadid. Famous model Bella Hadid is used to being compared to her older sister Gigi Hadid, but some fans believe she looks even more like someone else. Bella is used to posing for the camera and walking the catwalk, but she's also used to being told she looks just like actress Jennifer Lawrence. In case you think this is an occasional bit of awkwardness, Bella claims it happens just about every day she finds herself in public. Some people believe she looks just like someone, but can't put their finger on who, so Bella is forced to reveal that she knows she looks surprisingly like Jennifer Lawrence. Nina Dobrev and Victoria Justice. It's one thing to see your favorite celebrity in a photo or in a movie and think they look just like someone else, but it's always exciting to see two almost twin stars sharing a moment together. One of these instances occurred at the 6th annual Veuve Clicquot Polo Classic in California. Among the attendees were Nina Dobrev and Victoria Justice. It's hard not to see similarities between them, especially when they're posing for a photo together with non-doppelganger Melanie Iglesias. What a perfect way to celebrate Victoria's very first polo match. Taylor Swift and Karlie Kloss. Many real twins have an absolutely unshakable bond with each other. Sadly, people who just so happen to look really similar don't seem to share this miraculous bond. Just ask on-again, off-again besties Taylor Swift and Karlie Kloss. Even before Taylor had her girl squad, she had her bestie, Karlie Kloss. However, there have been rumors that these two twins have had fallings out over the years. This seemed especially likely when Karlie Kloss didn't invite Taylor to her wedding to Josh Kushner. However, both women insist there's nothing wrong with their friendship, they just like to keep it on the down low. Millie Bobby Brown and Natalie Portman. Everyone knows that actresses Natalie Portman and Keira Knightley look extremely similar. On the set of Star Wars The Phantom Menace, Natalie's mother even mistook Keira for her own daughter. But it looks like Natalie has a new, much younger doppelganger named Millie Bobby Brown. Fans believe Millie looks just like a younger Natalie Portman. They've even come up with some hilarious and unlikely theories involving time travel and alternate universes. According to Natalie, she considers it a compliment to be compared to such a promising young actress, although she claims Millie has a much more magical presence than herself. Adam Brody and Penn Badgley. Penn Badgley has appeared in many notable roles over the course of his acting career. These include movies like John Tucker Must Die, The Stepfather, and Easy A. Recently, he starred as creepy stalker Joe in the hit Netflix series You. Being known for portraying a terrifying character like Joe is a dubious honor, and it may have an effect on another actor who looks just like him. From their cheekbones to their curly brown hair, it's not hard to see the resemblance between Penn Badgley and Adam Brody. Although Adam is 6 years older than Penn, the similarities in their appearances are undeniable. Amanda Seyfried and Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning rose to prominence as a child actor who took on surprisingly serious roles in rather adult movies. Naturally, she shares a family resemblance with her younger sister and fellow actress Elle Fanning. But there is another actress who looks just like Dakota, and we promise they aren't related in any way. Doesn't Dakota Fanning look remarkably like Mean Girls actress Amanda Seyfried? From their eyes to their hair to their facial shape, it's easy to see why people wonder if Amanda is secretly a member of the Fanning family. Demi Moore and Courtney Cox. Demi Moore and Courtney Cox are two actresses who've been in the industry for a long time. Ever since their careers started, people have thought they look surprisingly similar. Even though they've been photographed together, not everyone was convinced they weren't secretly the same person. And to make the situation even more interesting, Courtney Cox shares her looks with her daughter, Coco Arquette. When she shared a pic of Coco on Instagram, fans immediately declared she looks just like a younger version of Demi Moore. You think Courtney Cox is low-key raising a clone of Demi Moore? Okay, probably not, but it would be a good idea for a movie. Emily Blunt and Alexis Bledel. Emily Blunt is an award-winning actress who's often compared to various celebrities when it comes to her looks. Many fans believe Emily looks similar to singer Katy Perry, especially when it comes to her eyes and smile. According to Emily, people remind her of this fact quite often, along with the name of another actress. Apparently, many people believe Emily Blunt could be twins with fellow actress Alexis Bledel. Could Emily Blunt, Alexis Bledel, Katy Perry, and Zooey Deschanel all be somehow connected? It's unlikely, but they do all look remarkably similar. Lauren Conrad and Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton is the Duchess of Cambridge, the wife of Prince William, and the mother of 3 heirs to the throne. In addition, she's also a major fashion icon, and the Kate Middleton effect ensures pretty much everything she wears sells out immediately. Being compared to Kate Middleton is nothing short of an honor, and one celeb managed to do this just by existing. Many fans believe Lauren Conrad looks just like the Duchess of Cambridge, and we can kind of see it. Interestingly enough, Lauren is also a fashionista, but in her case, style is her career. Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling. Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling have a surprising amount in common besides the fact that they share a first name. They're both actors, they're Canadian, and they're both considered to be Hollywood heartthrobs. Oh, and they look surprisingly alike. We aren't sure which one of them is the bad twin, and we don't really care since they're both, oh, so appealing to look at. Ryan Reynolds tends to take on more comedic roles, like portraying Wade Wilson in the Deadpool franchise. Ryan Gosling, on the other hand, takes on serious roles in movies like The Notebook and La La Land. Logan Marshall Green and Tom Hardy. Actual twins are fairly uncommon, but one actor, Logan Marshall Green, has both an actual twin brother and a celebrity one. Logan Marshall Green has a twin brother named Taylor Marshall Green, and naturally, the two have more than a passing resemblance to each other. While most fans aren't aware of Logan's brother Taylor, they believe he looks just like another actor, Tom Hardy. It's not difficult to see the resemblance between the two of them. Some people don't have a single twin, but Logan has 2 of them, and one he's actually related to. Amy Adams and Isla Fisher. With some celebrity doppelgangers, their similarities aren't enough to genuinely mistake them for the other. But that isn't the case when it comes to actresses Isla Fisher and Amy Adams. Isla Fisher has confessed that people mistake her for Amy Adams constantly, and it isn't just her fans. During one interaction with Lady Gaga, Isla was horrified to realize Gaga was under the impression she was talking to Amy. Isla even made a funny video trying to clear things up, stating that Amy's hair is auburn red, while hers is light auburn red. She also included the fact that Amy has multiple Oscar nominations, while Isla has to content herself with being a member of SAG. Redheads have to stick together, right? Katy Perry and Zooey Deschanel. Another pair of celebrities who look like they could have been separated at birth are Katy Perry and Zooey Deschanel. From their wide eyes to their cheekbones, these two look crazy similar. According to Zooey Deschanel, getting constantly mistaken for Katy Perry gets old pretty quickly, and she wishes her fans fans could recognize her better. Although she claims to like Katy as a person, she admits she's tired of being mistaken for her. Well, sorry Zoe, but there's another lookalike out there. British actress Francesca Brown looks surprisingly like both Katy Perry and Zooey Deschanel, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Jessica Chastain. While Zooey Deschanel may resent her celebrity twin, others take delight in their similarities and tricking their fans. Do all redhead actresses look alike? Bryce Dallas Howard and Jessica Chastain admit they totally see the resemblance between them, and they think it's hilarious. They've even joked on social media that even they can't tell which one of them is which, and that people think they're the same person. Or are they just trying to throw us off the trail because they are secretly the same person? Dun dun dun. Zach Braff and Dax Shepard. The result of a photo face swap can range from creepy to hilarious. Or in the case of actors Zach Braff and Dax Shepard, they can pretty much keep everything exactly the same. These two actors are definitely in on the joke, and even Dax Shepard's wife, Kristen Bell, admits she can see the resemblance. Both actors claim fans love to point out the similarities between them constantly on social media. At least they seem to have a good sense of humor about it, even if they did share this uncomfortable face swap photo. Lily Collins and Camilla Bell. One of them hails from England and the other from America, so we're thinking another Parent Trap remake might be in order. Lily Collins is the daughter of musician Phil Collins and moved from England to Los Angeles after her parents split up. Meanwhile, actress Camilla Bell grew up in Los Angeles. It's kind of weird these two actresses ended up in the same business, living in the same place, and looking remarkably similar to each other. Sarah Hyland and Mila Kunis. Actresses Sarah Hyland and Mila Kunis definitely look a lot alike, and this is a fact that isn't lost on them. Fans on social media frequently point out the similarities between the two actresses, but they say they are well aware of the resemblance. Sarah Hyland claims both she and Mila have been mistaken for the other on multiple occasions, and they've come to an understanding about it. They've decided it's perfectly acceptable to play along during brief interactions when a case of mistaken identity occurs. Mila claims she's gotten used to fans approaching her to tell her how much they love Modern Family. In the online world, celebrity doppelgangers are popping up everywhere. And with TikTok gaining more popularity every day, it's become an endless list of users showing off their lookalike talents. Therefore, we had to create part 2 of Hollywood doppelgangers who are TikTok stars. Zendaya. Zendaya is one of young Hollywood's most talented and versatile actresses. From starring in her TV series Euphoria to the latest Spider-Man movies, she is also one of the busiest. If she ever needed a break, she could always call up Jaslyn Hope to replace her, and no one would ever know the difference. Just take a look at her celebrity check video on TikTok, where Jaslyn is seen posing like Zendaya and even styling her hair just like her. When she makes the same facial expressions as Zendaya, it's really hard to tell them apart. The resemblance is remarkable. Jaslyn says she gets told at least 5 times a day that she looks like Zendaya, and the comment section of her videos constantly reflect that. It's definitely hard not to do a double take on this doppelganger. Gal Gadot. This next TikTok doppelganger is a passionate cosplay fanatic. Her name is Liz Wonder, and she's been dressing up in different cosplay characters since the age of 12. But it wasn't until the newest Wonder Woman movies starring Gal Gadot came out that her own family was shocked by the undeniable similarities to the Wonder Woman actress. From that moment on, Liz created her own Wonder Woman costume and has been dressing up like her ever since. Even Wonder Woman's director, Patty Jenkins, took notice of Liz's photos and tweeted about it, saying, "Seriously, you are a dead ringer," and love the look with the 1984 jacket. Liz doesn't just dress up like Wonder Woman for fun, but she also feels it's her responsibility to take this twinning gift seriously. Liz has been quoted saying, "It's my goal to do her justice and bring something positive and good in this world through my cosplay." And she's kept her word. Liz is using her doppelganger powers for good by visiting sick children in hospitals and giving them gifts at Christmas time. How wonderful! Ariana Grande. So you might have thought that every person in the world only has one twin and definitely only one TikTok. However, for Ariana Grande, she doesn't just have one TikTok twin, but several. It seems like everybody looks like Ariana these days. From Keka, also known as Acro Queens, who can definitely transform herself into Ariana if she wants to, with the same long brown hair, black eyeliner, and even Ariana's dimple. We would say she could definitely be her twin. Then there's also Olivia Duffin, who has her signature eyeliner and the same pouting Philippe down pat. She even does reenactments of Ariana's TV show Sam and Cat. Not only does she look like the singer, but she can also sing like her too. She actually can do several impersonations of pop singers, from Britney to Selena and even Katy Perry. With her singing capabilities, we can definitely say that Olivia is another doppelganger for Ariana Grande. We wonder if Ariana is flattered or freaking out with so many lookalikes popping up down there. Pete Davidson. So with all these Ariana Grande doppelgangers that exist in the world, why not have some Pete Davidsons to go along with them? And thankfully, Justin Fuku is the perfect match. Although his account barely shows any impersonations of Pete, Justin really doesn't have to do much for us to tell that he is definitely his twin. They have the same big smile and their brown eyes are totally similar. Justin just has to flash some teeth and we can't help but think he's Pete all the way. Camilla Mendes. This next Hollywood star has actually been getting a lot of mix-up from fans about her Twitter account. She went on the Late Late Show with James Corden and explained it was because of her name. Looks like the Twitterverse thinks Camilla Mendes is a fan account for people who like Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes.
People seem to think my Twitter is a fan account for that relationship.
Right. Fortunately for Camilla, that won't be the only thing getting fans confused once they see Vivian Landa's TikTok account. She is a spitting image of Camilla, from the same dark black hair to identical brown eyes. Vivian and Camilla could definitely be twins. Just try not to get the two confused. We don't think Camila would be too happy. She has enough social media problems to deal with. Katherine Langford. Katherine Langford has achieved great success with her role as Hannah Baker in 13 Reasons Why, but for TikTok user Annie Fofani, constantly being compared to Hannah isn't exactly the funnest. However, they do have quite a lot of similarities, from her long brown hair to her striking blue-gray eyes. Not only does Annie state on her TikTok bio that she is very well aware that she looks like Hannah Baker, she also gets asked if she is depressed like her. Needless to say, we don't think Annie's too impressed. However, she is reenacting scenes from the tragic show, so it's probably to be expected to get a question like that. Camila Cabello. Have you seen Camila Cabello serenading her father to the song First Man at the Grammys in January 2020? We did, and her performance was a waterfall of tears streaming down our faces. Camila's adorable dad was even crying. In an interview with Zane Lowe for New Wave Beats, Camila admitted to the radio host, "I remember I was in the studio and I had to literally go to the bathroom to just cry. And every time I listened to the song and I pictured my dad's face, I just lose it." Camila truly loves her dad and is one lucky girl to have such a wonderful, supportive father. One daughter who probably won't play the song for her dad anytime soon is Camila's doppelganger, TikTok user Eliza. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of evidence of her lookalike comparisons because sadly, her dad forced her to delete all her TikTok videos. She has since started recording new stuff, but we can only show you this long-lost video of her looking like Camila with similar brown hair and bangs. But even in this 3-second video, she looks a lot like Camila. Hopefully, Eliza can convince her dad to let her start posting more videos on TikTok again. She should try playing him First Man. Maybe that'll give him a change of heart. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift already knows that she has at least one doppelganger in the world, Jade Jolie. Jade is a drag queen and Taylor Swift impersonator who can be seen in Taylor's music video, You Need to Calm Down. We wonder if Taylor knows about another one of her doppelgangers, Marlena Soyka, a blonde beauty who creates her own comical skits and videos on TikTok. Marlena can be seen with her blonde hair tied up in a messy bun, wearing a similar white baggy t-shirt and thick black-rimmed glasses, just like Taylor, reminiscent of her outfit in her music video, You Belong With Me. Marlena says she gets told all the time that she looks like Taylor, and often gets asked if she is Taylor. If the two were to ever meet in real life, we think Taylor just might have to calm down because she'll probably freak out looking at Marlena face to face. Tana Mojo. Doppelganging, as we're now calling it, is not restricted to just movie and television stars or pop singers. Even YouTube celebrities can have their own lookalikes. One such YouTube star is Tana Mojo. She gained quite a lot of attention online in February 2020 for faking a relationship with her ex's brother and fellow YouTube star Logan Paul. However, one thing you can't fake is the crazy similarities between Tana and TikTok user Emma Gribben, also known as Emma-tainment. Emma uses her TikTok account to do mostly makeup tutorials and funny videos, but we can't help but notice how much she looks just like Tana. Aside from their different eye colors, both ladies have long blonde hair, the same tiny nose, and even down to their pouty lips and eyebrow shape. It's almost impossible not to think they're the same person. Logan Paul. Tana's partner in crime, or at least her prankster companion Logan Paul, also has a TikTok doppelganger. Maybe they met up and planned to both have a TikTok doppelganger at the same time on purpose. I guess we'll never know. For now, all we know is that Logan's twin is TikTok user Nolan Custer. We believe what makes this worthy of our approval is all in the hair. Nolan's wacky blonde hair really sells us on his similar looks to Logan. Or maybe it's this video Nolan made of himself walking around in a forest that we can't help but think, is that Logan? Millie Bobby Brown. If you were to mix 1 part Millie Bobby Brown and 3 parts Ariana Grande, you would get TikTok user Tal's Coffee. Tal's TikTok account is filled with videos of her wearing long, sometimes colorful wigs, and we can't help but see Ariana. When she has her hair cut short with her natural color, brown, all we see is Millie. All we can say is that Tal's is definitely a chameleon when it comes to switching up her look, and she looks like quite a few celebrities. I wonder who else she could look like. Britney Spears. If you ever wondered what Britney Spears would look like with black hair, well, ponder no more. You can just check out Jessica Mayo Pinto on TikTok. She's been told often that she looks exactly like Britney, but with black hair. Jessica is a talented makeup artist and often paints her own face with really cool designs. She can do some pretty amazing makeup transformations that are extremely beautiful. She literally paints art on her own face. But when she's not creating facial masterpieces with her clear, natural skin, we think Jessica is definitely Britney's twin.
Get ready, dude. Get ready to freak out. Look at this little baby. Oh my God.
Oh, you like this? Oh, you like this? I want you to stay little forever, okay?
And when I see my kids growing up, their childhood is flying by, and how Zoe is already grown.
You guys look absolutely beautiful. You're wearing...
They say everyone has someone out there who looks exactly like them, but sometimes you don't have to look far. Today we're going to talk about some celebrity kids who look like they could have a twin. We'll also share some celebrities whose kids look just like them. We all know Blue Ivy resembles Beyonce, but did you ever see the similarities between John Legend and his daughter Luna? Let's take a closer look. Stormy and Culture. Kim Kardashian famously referred to her sister Kylie Jenner's pregnancy as the best-kept secret of our generation. While we don't know if we would go that far, we can say that we're sure glad adorable little Stormy Webster is here. Not only is Stormy so cute, but she looks just like Kylie did when she was a little girl. Seriously, just look at these sweet photos from their first birthdays to see how similar mother and daughter look. Although we highly doubt Kylie's first birthday party was anywhere near as over-the-top as Stormy's was. We're guessing Kylie didn't have a gift shop or a terrifying giant version of herself for any of her early childhood parties. The Kardashian Jenners have no shortage of similarities when it comes to their appearances. The family resemblance sure is strong in this case. But Stormy also looks like another famous baby, Culture. Little Culture is the child of Cardi B and Offset, and yes, her first name does start with the letter K. Maybe that's why she looks so much like Stormy. She's practically an honorary Kardashian with a name like that. Cardi B is close with the Kardashian family, which makes the similarities between Stormy and Culture all the more adorable. They really look like they could be related. Chicago and Psalm. Kim Kardashian once said she doesn't plan on ever having more than 4 children for a very surprising reason. She said she doesn't believe it would be possible to balance the challenge of raising 4 children with being a good partner to her husband Kanye West. With that in mind, it's possible the latest member of their family, Psalm West, will end up being their last child. We know big sister Northwest was really hoping for a little boy, so there would be an equal number of boys and girls in their family, and she got her wish. Of course she did. Everyone knows North is a little diva, but it's Chicago West who we think looks the most like her little brother Psalm. Kim K was kind enough to share an adorable photo of sleepy little Psalm, and we were shocked by how familiar it felt. He looks just like his older sister Chicago when she was an infant. It will be interesting to see which family members he most resembles when he gets a little bit older. Blue Ivy and Beyonce. It seems seems like forever ago that mega superstar Beyonce was pregnant with her first child. There were even some crazy rumors out there that claimed she was faking the pregnancy and she and husband Jay-Z had really used a surrogate. Some people also believe she did the same thing all over again when she became pregnant with her twins Rumi and Sir. Seriously, just because Beyonce can do anything because duh, she's Beyonce, doesn't mean she does. She carried Blue Ivy the old-fashioned way, and her daughter is absolutely the spitting image of her mother. Even Beyonce's celeb pals like Kelly Rowland and Gwyneth Paltrow have pointed this out. We know mother and daughter like to dress up in adorable matching outfits, but they really do look alike. Just take a look at some of these sweet images of Blue Ivy and Beyonce when they were the same age. Talk about twinning! If these throwback comparisons are any indication, it seems like Blue Ivy is going to grow up to look just like her mother. Hey, Rumi and Sir both have a twin, so it's only fair their sister Blue Ivy does too. Ava and Reese. It seems like whenever a new baby is born, everyone wants to compare them to their parents and figure out who they look the most like. Some of us start out looking just like our parents, but many grow out of it as we get older. But that definitely didn't happen to Ava Philippe, who is the spitting image of her famous mother, actress Reese Witherspoon. When she was growing up, there was, of course, a resemblance between mother and daughter. They had the same colored hair, the same eyes, and similar smiles. But as Ava grew up, their similarities became more pronounced until she could easily be mistaken for Reese. When 19-year-old Ava joined Reese for the premiere of Big Little Lies, fans were shocked to see how similar the mother-daughter pair had become. Ava looked just like Reese did when she starred in some of her earlier movies, including Freeway and Pleasantville. But instead of starring in movies, Ava is going off to college, something Reese admits she had trouble dealing with. She confided to Ellen DeGeneres that the day Ava left for college, she just couldn't help but break down in tears. Well, if she misses her, she could just try looking in the mirror? Luna and John. We've seen some cute mother-daughter pairs, but now let's take a look at an adorable father-daughter duo. Luna is the daughter of Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, and it's safe to say she takes after her famous father. Chrissy loves sharing photos of her sweet girl on social media, and there is no shortage of heartwarming pics of mother and daughter. But when it comes down to determining who Luna looks the most like, it just has to be her dad, John Legend. Even their facial expressions look similar. Luna may look like her dad now, but she also looked like John when he was a baby. Chrissy shared this photo to show just how strong the family resemblance is between father and daughter. The couple also has a son named Miles, and we can definitely see the family resemblance, but we still think Luna looks way more like her dad. Chrissy and John were open about the trouble they had trying to have a child. They tried on their own for years while constantly being asked when they were going to have a baby. It was a painful time for this couple who desperately wanted a child, but now they have two beautiful children who look an awful lot like their dad. Zoe and Lisa. Zoe Kravitz is the daughter of two very talented individuals, Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet. Growing up, Zoe says she was always intimidated by how beautiful her mother is. It's always tough to be a teenager, but Zoe had the added pressure of never feeling like she measured up to the stunning Lisa Bonet. Well, we wonder how she feels now that she looks almost exactly like her mother. Lisa's now husband, Jason Momoa, claims he fell in love with Lisa the first time he laid eyes on her when he saw her on television.
Mommy, I want that one.
Sure, it took some time for them to actually meet, but Jason always knew she was the one. Zoe claims both of her parents have always been cooler than her, but hopefully she's just being humble because she's one seriously awesome star. To highlight the family resemblance between them, Zoe even recreated Lisa's famous magazine cover for Rolling Stone magazine. We love the trend of daughters embracing their similarities to their mothers instead of trying to hide away from them. According to Zoe, what makes her feel beautiful is more than her resemblance to Lisa. She believes feeling attractive is about feeling vibrant and confident about yourself. Rumor and Demi. Demi Moore and her ex-husband Bruce Willis have 3 gorgeous children together, Tallulah, Scout, and Rumor. Although all 3 girls are lovely, we think it's the oldest, Rumor, who looks the most like her mother. And apparently Rumor thinks so too, and she's fully embraced the family resemblance. She even shared a photo of her and Demi on Instagram, which featured them wearing matching outfits. We're used to seeing little kids and their moms dressed alike, but this took things to a whole new level. Rumor and Demi looked great in their matching jumpsuits and black-rimmed glasses. The caption said, "That moment when you realize you actually are becoming your mother." Well, it certainly seems like Rumor has accepted her fate, and we kind of wish our fate was looking like Demi Moore too. There are some fans who think Rumor looks like her dad, Bruce Willis, and we can see it a little bit. Maybe if Rumor decided to get a haircut, and by haircut we mean shaving her head, she would look more like Bruce than Demi. Rumor once said it was tough growing up in the spotlight, but we're glad she's embraced looking like her movie star mother. Tish and Miley. Is there anyone out there who hasn't had the song Achy Breaky Heart stuck in their head? If so, we envy you. Everyone knows who Billy Ray Cyrus is due to his musical career, and of course we know his famous daughter, Miley Cyrus. She's been a star since she was young and became a household name by portraying Hannah Montana on the hit Disney Channel show. But while we all know about Billy Ray and Miley, let's take a moment to talk about Miley's mom, Tish, and how she looks just like her superstar daughter. We know it's hard not to get distracted by Billy Ray's mullet in these throwback photos, but Tish and Miley do look a lot alike. This mother and daughter pair not only look similar, but they had similar wedding days as well. Miley married her longtime partner Liam Hemsworth in her Tennessee home, and her parents got married in their Tennessee home decades earlier. According to Tish, she's ecstatic about her new son-in-law and thinks everything has come full circle. While some things never change, we're glad Liam chose a different style than Billy Ray did on his wedding day. Saint and Kanye. We all know the Kardashian-Jenner family has a penchant for producing mini-me's. Just look at how much Kim Kardashian looks like her mother, Kris Jenner. But sometimes the children in the family manage to look like their fathers, and we can definitely see the resemblance between Kanye West and his son, Saint. They do have similar facial features, but what really drives it all home are their expressions. Saint may be young, but he's already a master of the side eye. It's crazy how often this father and son have the exact same expressions on their faces. Not only do these two look alike, but they love to sing together as well. We've seen footage of Saint singing along at his father's Sunday service along with the choir. Kim claims Saint's big sister Northwest helped make sure he knew all of the words for this special occasion. We wouldn't be surprised if Saint grows up with a passion for music just like the dad he resembles so closely. Kanye has said he has one hope for Saint and all of his children. He hopes they never lose their confidence. If they're anything like their parents, we somehow don't think that will be a problem. Dakota and Elle. Everyone knows siblings Dakota and Elle Fanning look extremely similar. They've even been mistaken for twins. But don't let their appearances fool you, because these siblings have plenty of differences too. Dakota is the elder sibling, and Elle got her start playing the younger versions of her in I Am Sam and the miniseries Taken. They look so much alike, it might surprise you to know that Elle and Dakota didn't exactly get along when they were growing up. Elle said they weren't particularly close, and she resented being in Dakota's shadow. When the siblings auditioned for a cameo on the hit sitcom Friends, Dakota got the part and Elle was crushed. She was so upset she refused to watch the show afterward. Thankfully, these two siblings get along much better now and have realized there's plenty of room in the spotlight. In addition to looking like her big sister Dakota, Elle has also been spotted looking a lot like supermodel Twiggy.
It was when I worked in the restaurant, customers would come in and sort of, tell me that I look like Kate.
Have you ever wanted to look just like your favorite celebrity? Sure, it can be fun to dress in the same outfit as your favorite celeb, post a pic on Instagram with #twinning, and call yourselves lookalikes. But what if you naturally looked like someone famous? And no, we're not talking about people who get cosmetic surgeries to actually look like a famous Hollywood celeb. For some people, that is their reality. Some of them have turned their looks into a career, but a few of them are tired of being chased down for selfies. Beyonce. Some of us may dream of living a life like Beyonce's, but very few of us can even dream of looking like Queen Bee. But for one lucky fan, this dream is a reality. Meet Britney Williams, a Detroit resident who bears an uncanny resemblance to Beyonce. Britney claims to get chased down by zealous Beehive fans from time to time, but doesn't mind taking pictures with people. And looks aren't the only similarities that Britney Williams and Beyonce share. Britney also noted that she and Beyonce both share Southern roots, and that she also sings, dances, and writes too. For all the traits that they share, however, she still considers her a fan of Beyonce. She may not know she has a doppelganger out there, but maybe Beyonce should hire Britney as a body double. Justin Bieber. You may remember, but in October of 2018, Justin Bieber was spotted doing something extremely shocking, eating a burrito sideways, almost like an apple. It was the paparazzi photo heard around the world. However, we came to find out that it wasn't Justin in that photo. He has a doppelganger. Brad Souza, a Bieber lookalike who also hails from Justin's native Canada, looks so much like Justin that even mega fans were fooled. This photo was actually a total setup by Yes Theory to trick the internet, and it obviously worked. Brad doesn't even have the longer, messy blonde hair that you see in the photo. That's a wig. And Brad and Justin don't even know each other. But Brad's uncanny twinning moments with Justin Bieber are no joke. A quick peek at Brad's Instagram shows that he's more than aware of their similarities. They share a similar style, tons of tattoos, blue-green eyes, and the occasional bleach blonde hair. Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus has a long-lost twin, or at least a very solid doppelganger. Marty Shackelford and Miley Cyrus have a lot in common. They both live in California, and they both like sticking their tongues out. Also, they both seem to have the same face. The similarities aren't lost on Shackelford, but even if she hadn't seen the resemblance, there are plenty of Cyrus fans who see it all too clearly. Marty told the Daily Mail, "Several times I've been sitting in traffic and people will start yelling Miley. Sometimes it feels like I'm actually famous or a celebrity, just on a really small scale. It's been really fun for me." Marty even poses as Miley professionally from time to time, and she could have fooled us. Katy Perry. You would think looking like the always beautiful Katy Perry would be a gift, but for one actress, it has actually been more of a curse. Francesca Brown is a British actress who looks uncannily like Katy Perry. Francesca's big blue eyes and dark hair really sell it. But as it turns out, looking a lot like another celebrity actually makes it harder to book certain acting gigs. Francesca said, "I was going up for auditions and I kept getting the comparison to Katy Perry. For some reason, I don't know why, it was costing me jobs." As a Katy Perry impersonator though, that gig has been going just fine. Francesca gets booked quite often to pose as Katy's lookalike, and she can sing too. Francesca even performs in concert as Katy Perry for the Legends in Concert tribute show in Hawaii. Even though Francesca and Katy are strangers, we think Katy might do a double take if she got to meet her. Adele. Adele once sang, "Never mind, I'll find someone like you." But do you think she knew she'd be talking about herself? Yep, there are two Adeles in the world. Well, sort of. Eleanor Helborg, a 26-year-old woman from Sweden, experiments with her makeup looks a lot on Instagram and decided to try out Adele's signature winged eyeliner look. The internet went absolutely crazy, and for a good reason. The two of them look like the same person. The sparkling blue eyes, the sharp eyeliner, and the perfectly pouted lips have us all doing a double take. Eleanor says she's a fan of Adele and is flattered by the comparison, but these days she seems to be a little sick of all the Adele comments, which is fair since her makeup looks can really run the gamut. Eleanor said on Instagram, "I am my own person," but definitely appreciates all the Adele love she's received. Zendaya. This YouTuber went viral in the summer of 2019 for her uncanny resemblance to Euphoria actress Zendaya, and now we can't unsee it. Our doppelganger, Aisha Mian, has a ton in common with Zendaya. The perfectly arched brows, check. Glowing skin, check. And curly tresses, check, check. Aisha, who hails from New York, also has a twin sister called Azra. Yes, that means Zendaya has a triplet. Sort of. Of course, being compared to Zendaya isn't exactly offensive, and Aisha doesn't mind it one bit. She continued, "I'm a huge fan of Zendaya, ever since she was on the Disney Channel. She's also very inspiring and one of those people I look up to." Ryan Gosling. Maybe it's the posh clothing, or maybe it's just the right pair of Ray-Bans, but Ryan Gosling's doppelganger was discovered on Instagram, and seriously, the resemblance is uncanny. These two are twinning so hard that we think Ryan Gosling himself won't even be able to tell the difference between them. His name is Johannes Laschet, and he is the son of a German politician. And with more than 90,000 Instagram followers, the menswear blogger and law student has more than just his matching looks with Ryan going for him. This guy is also just as dapper as his long-lost twin, and when he wears certain suits and hats, it's hard not to see Ryan Gosling. These long-lost twins haven't met in real life, but it feels like a new version of the movie The Parent Trap just waiting to happen. Kate Middleton. Who out there has ever wanted to leave their regular life behind and become a princess? Talk about a modern-day fairy tale. Well, this is the true story for Heidi Agin. Heidi quit her job as a waitress to become a full-time duchess. Well, almost. Heidi just happens to be the spitting image of the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton. Not only does Heidi make big bucks impersonating the Duchess, but she just enjoys the flattery in general. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous lady, and she carries herself extremely well. So for somebody to say that you look like her is just incredible. Heidi has nailed Katie's whole look, even down to her gorgeous wedding ring. Maybe Kate Middleton should consider meeting Heidi in person and hiring her for some events so she can relax at home at Kensington Palace. Meghan Markle. Kate Middleton isn't the only princess who has a doppelganger out there. Meghan Markle has a twin that is getting constantly mistaken for her. Danielle Harris, Meghan's doppelganger from Scottsdale, Arizona, says she gets mistaken for the Duchess of Sussex at least 4 times a week. Danielle has even thought about launching a career as a professional Meghan Markle lookalike. But she doesn't mind the comparisons. She said being mistaken for Meghan has been a huge boost to her confidence. She says, "We're both mixed race, and I also have freckles like Meghan. She's so beautiful. I think it's a huge compliment when people tell me we look alike." Danielle also got married in 2018, just like Meghan and Prince Harry. Although her wedding wasn't quite the same elaborate affair as the royal couples, Danielle still felt like a princess. Megan Fox. Megan Fox may look sculpted by the gods, but there's a chance someone made a copy. The Hollywood star may not post much on social media, but her lookalike, Claudia Allende, totally makes up for it. Claudia comes from Paraná, Brazil, and bears a striking resemblance to the Transformer star. Claudia has gained an insane Instagram following, 9.6 million and counting, because of it. In 2015, Claudia participated in Brazil's Miss Boom Boom contest. When Claudia appeared on the show, she not only became famous for her physique, but also because of her striking resemblance to Megan Fox. Claudia is a star in her own right, working on a music career and gaining a lot of followers on Twitter and YouTube. If she tries acting, she may give Megan Fox a run for her money. Lady Gaga. There truly is only one Lady Gaga. The superstar may get compared to Madonna a lot, but she really is one of a kind. But there might just be a doppelganger out there who is close enough. Meet Amethyst Rose, Lady Gaga's teenage twin. We aren't the only ones to notice the resemblance. Her Instagram bio once said, "If I had $1 for every time someone said I look like Lady Gaga, I'd be very rich." Not a bad way to build your fortune, to be honest. With equally striking features, Amethyst Rose is a dead ringer for Gaga, who frequently makes appearances on her account in the form of side-by-sides. Maybe Lady Gaga will need a teenage version of herself in a film one day, and Amethyst can step in for the role. Shakira. No, Shakira doesn't have a secret sister you've never heard of. Rebecca Mailano, or Shaki Becca, is the Grammy Award-winning artist's international double. Shaki Becca is one of many celebrity impersonators that is able to make a living by paying tribute to the idols they coincidentally look just like. Rebecca puts on a show called Shaki Becca Live and has performed her act on numerous television shows. With curly blonde locks, Shaki Becca imitates Shakira not just in her manner of dress, but also the La Totora singer's unique voice. Rebecca sounds so similar to Shakira, it's insane. Her doppelganger act has gained her over 112,000 followers on Instagram, and it has us all doing a double take. Liam Hemsworth. If Liam Hemsworth ever feels like he wants to take a break from the Hollywood lights and moonlight as a pro tennis player, we may have found the answer. Russian athlete Karen Khachanov could be the fourth Hemsworth brother. And let's be honest, wouldn't it be nice to have a few more of those Hemsworth boys around? Karen and Liam may not know each other, but if they met, it might be like looking in a mirror. Karen has similar tousled hair, strong eyebrows, and even facial hair that matches Liam's. Not that Karen even needs the comparison to boost his celebrity status. Karen has won 4 ATP singles titles and ranked number 8 after reaching the quarterfinals of the 2019 French Open. No one can replace Liam Hemsworth, but if Karen wanted to, we think he could potentially stand in for Liam at an event or two. So what do you think? Do you see the resemblance with these doppelgangers? Maybe you think that these regular people are secretly long-lost twins that need to be reconnected with their celebrity siblings.
How is that not Rihanna? These TikTok stars became famous overnight just for looking exactly like A-list celebs. Who knew there were so many doppelgangers out there? These TikTok sensations are making us believe there's a twin out there for everyone. With so many new TikTok twins popping up all the time, we had to make a part 3 of this video. Here are more celeb doppelgangers that you won't believe aren't the real thing. Scarlett Johansson. With so many Marvel fans flocking to the new Black Widow movie, we've seen a ton of dress-up and cosplay reenactments of the film's scenes and famous lines. Who wouldn't want to pretend to be Scarlett Johansson for a minute? One TikToker, however, comes out on top in the game of Johansson lookalikes. The user goes by Kate Johansson and looks exactly like the superhero star. The viral account uses the bio, "You're Scarlett, but closer," and even has wigs and costumes to impersonate the actress's Black Widow character. With the red wig, similar lips, and striking eyes, Kate looks a lot like ScarJo, Jennifer Aniston. This TikTok user has gone viral for being a perfect doppelganger to Friends star Jennifer Aniston. She goes by She+3 on the app, and her bio reads, "Not Jennifer Aniston." If it weren't for the arm tattoos, we'd swear that's actually the actress herself. She may not have the Rachel haircut, but her dark blonde hair is pretty similar to Aniston's looks in later seasons of Friends.
It's not that common, it doesn't happen to every guy, and it is a big deal!
Overall, the TikTok star's resemblance has rightfully earned her a place in the doppelganger spotlight. Rihanna. Priscilla Beatrice has been fooling fans all over the internet with her lookalike videos. It's seriously hard to believe that that isn't the actual Barbados-born singer. The TikTok star perfectly impersonates the cosmetics mogul. With a similar skin tone, hairstyles, eyes, and more, Priscilla is like the Rihanna of TikTok. In one of her viral videos, Priscilla cosplays as the singer, slowly turning around to reveal her perfect twinning vibes. Rihanna herself even commented, saying, "Where's the album, sister?" That response was was hilarious since fans are constantly asking the real Rihanna when she's releasing new music. Sounds like the right kind of validation for the TikToker to continue her doppelganger videos. Prince Harry. All the British princes might be taken, but this TikTok star's husband is another option. In a viral video, Elizabeth Gannis showed a magazine cover of the prince to her toddler and asked, "Who's that?"
Daddy.
And sure enough, the TikTok user's husband is basically Prince Harry's twin. The resemblance is so striking that the account has 16.4 thousand followers, despite that being her only public video. I think I speak for all of us when I say, give us more Harry doppelganger vids? Sandra Bullock. I'm suddenly feeling the need to watch Miss Congeniality, just to make sure it's not actually Maddie. TikTok star Madelaine says that she hears all the time how much she looks like the famous actress. On her feed, the TikToker shares comparisons of herself to Bullock, and the resemblance is jarring. Maddie even went viral for her doppelganger status thanks to her similar hair, looks, and mannerisms. She looks so much like the Bird Box star that she's gathered 88,000 followers. Comments on her page mostly say things like, "OMG, you look like Sandra Bullock." The Olsen Twins. The Olsen Twins and their sister Elizabeth Olsen look a whole lot like TikTok star Danielle Collins. Or is it the other way around? Collins has the perfect Olsen stare down pat, and shared a video that went viral comparing her looks to the famous twins. Does anyone else see the resemblance? Collins' face shape and blue-green eyes are a perfect match for the New York Minute actresses. Seriously, like Olsen triplets. Taylor Swift. The love story singer has plenty of lookalikes out there, but this TikTok star takes the top prize. T Swift's doppelganger is a nurse named Ashley whose resemblance to the Grammy winner is almost scary. With her blonde hair and affinity for bright red lipstick, the viral star embodies the singer enough for Swifties to take note, earning her over 130,000 followers on the app. This might just be Taylor using a different name. What do you think? Maisie Williams. TikTok star Sonia Lovedoll pretty much is the Game of Thrones actress Maisie Williams. Lovedoll's blue eyes, strong eyebrows, and cropped dark hair make her a perfect match for the star. And in a recent video, she addressed the similarities. A matchup with scenes from the medieval series shows just how much she looks like the young actress. Wow, pretty iconic, given that Williams' character, Arya Stark, had a storyline where she could become different people. Tom Holland. This TikTok star looks so much like the famous Marvel actor that he's even started calling himself the Spider-Man of TikTok. The budding social media performer has over 2 million followers and plays the part perfectly. With a realistic-looking Spider-Man suit and copies of costumes from the films, you can barely tell that this isn't Tom Holland. In one video, he did a duet with a Robert Downey Jr. lookalike, and in another, he paired with ScarJo's doppelganger, Kate Johansson. Now all he needs to do is team up with a Zendaya lookalike and he can completely create the movie. John Krasinski and Jenna Fisher. Former stars of the hit sitcom The Office were the perfect on-screen couple. Fans loved the chemistry between Pam and Jim, and now a pair of TikTok stars are bringing back that energy. The doppelgangers went viral for their perfect impressions of Krasinski and Fisher's characters. Liv Aronson and Eric Schultz are great lookalikes for Beasley and Halpert. The accounts usually post separate videos of themselves as the characters, but are known to team up for duets of scenes from the show. Finn Wolford. This TikTok user felt it was her duty to the world to share her brother's uncanny resemblance to Stranger Things star Finn Wolford. In one of her TikToks, Anna offered up side-by-side videos of the actor and her bro, who we have to admit is a perfect twin for the Canadian-born teen celebrity. Okay, he's cute. She captioned the video, "Finn Wolford, but make him foreign and over 18. Saoirse Ronan. Very few actresses can pull off the acting skills of Ireland's Saoirse Ronan, but TikTok is the land where anything goes, and even this unique star has a doppelganger out there. The star, who goes by Mace Ray on the app, looks like she could be the Little Women actress's twin. She shared a video of herself morphing into the Lady Bird star, and the resemblance is super on point. Her lookalike abilities and cosplay skills have earned her over 130,000 followers and counting. Nick Jonas. Let's take a moment to reflect on how excited we were when the Jonas Brothers made their comeback. Now, what if I told you there's actually a Jonas sister? Okay, not exactly, but 24-year-old Madison Gammons looks exactly like Nick Jonas. The similarity was pointed out by her hairdresser Kenzie T. The TikTok user now has over 14,000 followers thanks to her gorgeous hairstyles, and the fact that her client is a copy of the Sucker singer. Do you see it? Margot Robbie. The Australian actress is truly one of a kind. Or is she? This TikToker is a ringer for the Aussie star. Robin Nagiff is from Watford and works as an up-and-coming model and content creator. In a recent video with her hair and makeup done, she looks exactly like the Wolf of Wall Street actress. Comments on the TikTok star's videos are constantly asking if she's Robbie's sister. These ladies could seriously be twins. To say these TikTokers caught our attention is an understatement. They look just like their celeb twins, and we can't believe it's not really them. Tell us what you think in the comments and subscribe to The Things Celebrity for more stories like this. Bye for now.